Namaste guys, and welcome to the third video on this Vim tutorial series. Alright, without further delay, let's start our terminal. And you can see that we have progressed a little bit. We're now at 10. Oh, good job. So we now know how to go to insert mode, how to save file and then exit from a file, and we also know about the command mode. Alright, so now we will build up on that. We will do a bunch of things which will help you navigate Vim from word to word, line to line, and also we will learn a few commands which you can type in normal mode. Cool, let's run Vim. I'll open the same file that we were working on before, our file called file. Okay, we're back at the file. So if you recall properly, colon W in normal mode was writing the file, colon Q, which stands for quit, was quitting a file, and you get back to the bash. I'll open the file again, and if you want to type something, you hit I to go to the insert mode, and now you can type things, right? And you can go back to the normal mode by hitting escape. So you made some changes, but you don't want to save these changes. What do? You could just try quitting the file, but Vim will yell at you. It'll say, no write since last change, add bang to overwrite. Let's do that, colon Q and bang, okay? So you hit this and Vim will happily exit the file for you without making the changes, okay? That's Q bang. So if you want to say, if you want to write something, right? If you want to add something and save and quit the file at the same time, you can do things like colon WQ, right? So that's written the file and quit Vim. Okay. Now, what about if you want to, if you have a bunch of other text that you don't want to save but want to quit the file, you write colon Q bang, just like before. And as promised, that's not saved. All right, cool. Now I want to introduce you to a concept of operators and motions in Vim. Okay, so when in command mode, you have these two major categories of commands that you can issue Vim. One of which is operators or actions, and the second one is motion. So the keys at JKL that we looked at before, these are motion keys, right? It helps you move from one line to the next or one character to the next, right? And there's also another types of command which are operators, which lets you actually act on the content in your file. For example, one of them is X. When you're in normal mode, so press escape if you're not already in normal mode, and you hit X, you delete the character under your cursor. Okay, and if you hit U, then you undo the changes. So it's just like hitting Control Z or Command Z in other text editors. Okay, that's an action or operator command. Okay, so let's look at a few other motion commands first, and we'll look at some more operator commands later. Okay, so we have at JKL. So J goes up, sorry, K goes up, J comes down, S takes you to the left, and L takes you to the right. Okay, and to add to it, if you hit W, it takes you to the next word. All right, so we don't have any more words to go to. And you can hit B, which takes you backwards. So it takes you back one word. Word takes you further ahead, B takes you back. Okay, and you still can do at JKL. And if you're making longer jumps than individual characters, then you should use W and B. And you also have $sign. If you press dollar, Vim takes you to the end of the line. Okay, it takes you to the end of the line, and you can make your changes there. And if you press 0, it takes you to the beginning of the line. Okay, so I'm quickly going to make some changes here to show you a difference between 0 and another motion operator, which is caret, which is shift and 6. So caret takes you to the first non-space or non-blank character in the line. 0 takes you to the first character in the line, which could be space or not, right? And dollar still takes you to the end of the line. So what do we know so far? We know B to go back, W to go forward, dollar to go to the end of the line, 0 to go to the beginning of the line, and caret to go to the first non-white space character in the line. Yes, that's what I wanted to say, white space character. Cool. All of these are motion commands, right? It helps you move in your file without acting over it. Cool. So I'm going to introduce you to another one command, which is called which you have to be in normal mode for. If you hit colon, every command you type in Vim starting with a colon will appear at the bottom of the screen, right? If you hit right and quit, that's one of the commands that we learned before. You can also do set, and you can set a bunch of things. If you hit tab, Vim will show you all the things that you can set. Okay, I will set I'll set numbers. Sorry, it's actually set number. All right, so you can see that now I have line numbering in Vim. Okay, so I'll just copy and paste these things real quick so that we have a bunch of lines. So now we have 10 lines. Now you can effectively like do J's and K's and see its effect. The reason I showed you line numbers is for another way to move in the file. So if you want to go to line number 9, then you could effectively do colon and 9, hit enter, you're taken to line 9. Or you could also have done the line number and capital Z. Okay, you hit 9 and capital G, you go to line 9. Or you hit colon and 3 and enter, you go to line 3. Either is fine. Okay, that's how you move between lines. Now let's look at one accent command or operator in Vim. D is one of the operators. D stands for delete, right? So if you hit D and W, it deletes a word for you. Okay, and you go back. And remember, all of this is while in insert mode. In normal mode. If you were in insert mode, then you'd so if I hit I to go to the insert mode, and if I hit DW, then I'm actually typing DW. Okay, but if I am in command mode or normal mode by hitting escape, then DW deletes a word for you. Every time you press DW, it deletes a word for you. Okay, good. You could also do DD, which deletes the entire line. Okay, DD deletes line, and DW deletes a word. And let's see what else. Okay, yeah. So that's few motion commands which helps you move in the file, and operators or accent commands which lets you do things, right? Now let's move on to insert mode. Okay, so if you, as usual, if you hit I, you go to insert mode, and you can tell that by this thing over here. I am showing using Vim. You can type things and that will appear on the screen. And if you hit A, you will still be taken to the insert mode, but you would be actually appending to the to the character under the cursor. So you're in G, if you type I, then you will be typing before G, but if you type say A, then you'll be typing after the character G. So that's how I and A are different. And there's also capital I and capital A, which do different things. If you type capital I to go to insert mode, you still go to the insert mode, but you're now in the you can type things at the beginning of the line. Okay, so you can type things like this, and you go back to normal mode and you hit A, you're now appending to the line, and you can type things like this. So there are 4 ways that we looked at to go to insert mode: I and A, both lowercase, and I and A, both uppercase. All right, so we looked at a few motion commands and a few action operators, and also 4 different ways to go to insert mode. That's it for this video, and we'll look at some more things in the next one. See you guys in the next one.